I remember consciousness striking me when I was born. This isn't a tale of a kid who learned how to solve riddles to call himself. I share with you no story about enlightened origins. I know Jesus, Mozart, Malala, Beyonce. I wish I was that wrong. Perhaps this is a tale of premature consciousness. Premature, just to be clear, doesn't mean better. It means early. Like premature love, premature ejaculation, premature death. The consciousness can also be premature, become early, and people will wonder why it came before you were ready. It was night, or early morning. I think I stood up. Did you stand up that morning? Let's trust me that I stood up. I want to say I stood up in my crib, but we were poor, so there probably wasn't a crib at all. But I do remember placing myself up like a little warrior, bouldering over a mountain. That's a lot. Here suggests there's some recognition and achievement in that. At that age, there isn't that. There wasn't that self-adulation that we know now. Forget that, I realize. I was one. I looked out. I saw a bit of light. Maybe a bit of blue light emanating from between the lines. I saw pixels, fuzzy on the TV, maybe neglected from the night before. Maybe not a TV, maybe just a radio, static from a radio. Maybe I've conflated what I think I saw with what I heard. TV, no TV, I know that I saw a mirror. But not my own reflection. No metaphor here. Just the mirror was in the room, it wasn't easy to place my parents. I draw into the two-time image of my parents. Let's draw into my parents now. In the mirror, in bed, in the mirror in bed. Two asleep, sarongs, black hair, curled, neither clutching one another, no crisscross legs, no arms intertwined, nor great divide that I could touch between them. Just asleep, heavy with sleep, like day fell on top of them twice. And that's it, I think. And then I lay back down probably, listened to the bus, stared at the ceiling, and then the synthesis of this at one, watching my parents asleep, I know I am awake, tucked in between two images of them in sleep. I was coaxed with white noise until I fell asleep. My mom tells me I couldn't sleep. I think there's a sound that the brain makes when the consciousness moves. It sounds like a bell. It intercepts silence first from the world, and then makes the sound of a bell. Andy Brockway took my pencil and broke it in half so I could see in the first grade. I let him borrow because he asked, and I gave it to him. He laughed. I, confused, made one or two circles towards him and then away from him. Found his, broke it too. Now there were two was gone. The same year, Miss Solov brought us to a carpet, all of us. I'll call it magical because we all know what the changes we make on a place with brings that radiate color outward in. Easy models. Picture books like ancient tablets, boys and girls who inspect everything people like to know. I wonder what became of them sitting next to me. The one who sat on his knees, sprung up and down with modest movement like daddy. Or the one who ate her boogers in plain sight, with eyes dead. A stripper in Fresno. The other one who knows. Drift so far off from the carpet in your 30s, you forget your own name when somebody pulls it. Miss Solov is still alive, I shout. She turned bright red, hapless, evident for the class. Take notice of me apart, my good manners. I tried to diminish. She was partial. I comport myself. Snags on the air. You know the trace of affection, it sticks in the air even when they continue their likeness. Back to the carpet, Miss Solov takes to the rocking chair and announces a visitor to take to the middle. We look to the middle. The door opens from behind. And my mom walks in. Her dress and sheen moves like a slow approaching new planet in a humdrum world. I go to my mom, hug her by the wayside, startled with a strange joy to migrate together to this local habitat I now know with her. She tells us about the genocide she survived. Miss Solov, short, Jewish, her round eyes magnified by her round glasses, filled with tears. They show us great mark together. She holds my mom's hand. My mom stutters, gets language and pass before my first grade class. At recess now, Auntie Broadway sits next to me, a timeout for snapping each other's pencils. The consciousness still strained by why he did that. When Lakina had cancer, I was the last to discover. My other cousin, Suchita, Lakina's sister, sat with me with ragged, feigned optimism over workers at the chapter. I saturate with compensation when your other liberal cousin loves unusual discomfort. I turn out, I'm living my life, etc., although imperfect game muscle memory. The fibers deteriorate. The other diners, Greenwich Village proper families, planting their station and pulling their blonde leaves into the table, Jennifer and Brad. The light bulbs woven into the frames like Thanksgiving dinner is on the menu forever. The waiter, a dancer, a man I recognize from Sugarland, armed in my mind with his beefy, multi-culti gaggle of dummies. Suchita with me. The holiday after I come home, my mom takes my brother and I to the temple to have water and white and yellow petals shower us by monk on the Saffron Hill. We comb the pagoda, a dark house in the suburbs, for more, for healing or kitschy refuse to fix our boredom. My brother finds some sort of Buddhist tarot sitting in the corner. He asks, "What's this?" He picks up a card, the way younger siblings do with wonder wanting nothing. My mom says it's a good card. I pick up one, and another, and my mom gasps until I picked the fifth card and says, "That one okay." My aunt looms over with just a stretch of her head and says, "Some people will have to live hard." My aunt took in Lakina, her dead sister's child, orphaned by the hand of the genocide, as her own. Check and doggy bag now at the table. Suchita now tells me Lakina has cancer. I saw. I look at the nuclear carousel of babies and spawn and spawn. I try again. Loss is imminent, and the bell rings there.